Huge congratulations, a good start to the group stages of the competition. Your thoughts on this impressive result?
Yeah, good afternoon to members of the media. First, let me congratulate Denga for winning photographer of is it the season or the year?
That's the year.
It's the year. Yeah, we are all talented in many different ways, and it's good to see that your talent was recognized. So congratulations for that. No, congratulations to the football club. I think a fantastic turnout. The fans were amazing, the Yellow Nation, and it was great to see them happy and support the team the way they did. And congratulations to them first and foremost. Congratulations to the entire club. Very important 3 points with a very good performance. So congratulations once again to the players. They played really well and gave a good account of themselves and represented the football club very well. So congratulations to this fantastic group, and that includes the technical team. Very good preparation. Congratulations to the coaches, Coach Michael, Coach Wendell, especially also because of that set piece goal with Peter was something we worked on a lot. And also congratulations to Coach Makoba also because of his contribution and his influence in helping us to prepare during the FIFA break. So incredible team performance both on and off the pitch, and congratulations to everybody.
Thank you very much, Coach. Colleagues, it's your opportunity to ask questions. Your name and publication, please. Let's start with Mr. Ngiti there.
Coach, how are you handling the sort of the double expectation of this, and that after winning the FL and how the team has been playing, there's a lot of expectation for this team to win the Champions League, but also internally there's that it's something that last happened in 2016, so the push to try and return this title.
Yeah, look, pressure is built from that expectation. An expectation comes as a result of being able to have shown that you have the capacity to do it. And the only way you can deal with that is by preparation and working very hard to make sure the team improves and gets better, and we pay attention to every small detail. We go game by game, and now we have to recover. The players have to go home, rest now. It's not easy. Even the Bafana players, you could see even with the lineup, we tried our best to rest Mshishi, even though he was on the bench in case we needed him. We rested Kebza because they come from a very grueling 2 games for the World Cup qualifiers, and but needs must, and we needed to have Sailor play a couple of minutes, but now is important for us to recover and drink lots of water, watch the game. We do some review tomorrow and debrief about the performance, and then we go for Super Sport, because it's going to be a very difficult game against a very good side. But first things first is recovery and getting the body back, and then focus on the next one.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks to you. Hi, Coach.
Thanks, Kens.
Coach, in the past 3 seasons in the Champions League, you find teams that, I'm going to make an example with Al Ahly. When Al Ahly made it to the finals, when Coach Pizzo was still there, they struggled at the beginning of the group stages, and I think they made it into the group stages after Sundowns drew with Al Hilal. And you see what happened with Wydad yesterday, losing the first game. How it goes back to the question I asked you from something from Poseidon Sky's the Limit, when he said games that seem easy are the hardest to win.
100%.
How important is it to stamp your authority as one of the favorites for the Champions League edition of the 2023-2024? How important is it to stamp your authority in the first game and take the first 3 points that's on offer?
It's a very good question. I think first what's important to say to you that the most important thing for us is we know where the standard is, and the standard is not in terms of what everyone sees. What we see is the 90 minutes, but what happens behind that is the hours of preparation, and there's a certain standard that we've set, and there's no compromise on that, and the players know. And so it was very important that when we had the entire group coming back for the first time together, we had a very, very important discussion about it. That's number one, because that's where everything lies. There's no hidden secrets. Success has the same clues, and we have gotten to where we have gotten because of the work that we do and the amount of attention to detail that we try to put in, and so that we will never ever compromise on. That's number one to say. Number two is of course it helps when you have a squad of players that understand the importance of that. And this group is a group now that's maturing, and they've got a very strong brotherhood, and they work and they fight for each other, and that also makes it a little bit easier. Number three is the talk becomes a bit more easier to receive when I said to the players just before kickoff, I said, my late grandmother told me one thing. She said to me, intelligent people learn from their mistakes, but the wise learn from other people's mistakes. And when you look at the scenarios that you've put up, Wydad yesterday against Jwaneng, and I was fortunate enough to try to catch some of the games, Belouizdad. It was so difficult, physical, aggressive, but they got the result eventually. But these games are tough. Mazembe Pyramids, you saw how physical and aggressive that game was. Tight. These games are tough. Jwaneng versus Wydad, I watched. It's the physicality, the aggressive defending, and numbers behind the ball. These games are very, very difficult. But then you go first in that space to say, guys, you can't, and then you listen to the coach speak, and he says we underestimated the opposition, and that's why we got. And so it's easy to say to the players, you can't go there. Nouadhibou, you go through the lineup and you speak about how many of their players are in the national team, the type of quality, and you could see it even now. CD, the number 28, unbelievable. Makram, the number 9, very strong, very aggressive. Morsim in the midfield, the number 8, unbelievable. Said, number 19, incredible. So it is a team that can cause. Bassem, the captain, the number 11, is a team that can cause you a lot of problems. And so we try to do that, and also we try to learn from them. It could be a mistake, but the reality is you don't want to put your fate in the hands of others. If it wasn't for the save of Ronwen, maybe I'll actually speak a different story last season and don't qualify from the group stages. So we're trying to make sure that we set specific targets and we work towards those targets day by day, and keep our feet firmly on the ground and not get too far ahead of ourselves, because that only leads to disaster. But like as I say, the most important thing out of everything is that you've got a squad of very good human beings who understand the tasks, the goals, the ambitions, but also understand the process, and that it's not about just arriving there. It's about working every single day to get to that point, and huge compliments to this group for that.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to check, what did you make of Neo Maema? Personally, I felt he struggled a little bit with sharpness. And how important does it become in the absence of someone like Aubrey? I don't know how long is Aubrey going to be out.
Yeah, you don't want me to start on Aubrey, because I must say to you, I'm still very upset with Aubrey Modiba's injury. Because yeah, let's leave it at that. No, I thought Noah did reasonably well. I think a little bit better than what he's been struggling for form. But with one thing with Neo is he's a very honest footballer. You know, he may struggle with finding rhythm, and that's normal. You know, sometimes with players there's always drop in form, and what he needs in this moment is a coach that shows him a lot of support and a lot of love, and makes him realize how important he is. And just before we went to bed last night, we showed him a couple of clips where from last season, and especially his performance against Al Ahly, and some of the good things that he did. But it's the same that I can say about Terence today. I thought he was also very good. It's not easy to come in and deliver the type of performance in a Champions League game. You can say the same about Roshin, stable, zero mistake, and that. Brian Onyango came on, was good, zero mistakes, very focused, good with the aerial duels, assisted with the build-up also. And you speak about Lebo Mabue also, you know. So it's you can say the same thing about all these players. What helps them is that they are honest, and they give you an honest shift, and that's the least we ask of them. We ask of them to give us their best, and if their best is a 6 out of 10, then I'm happy. I go home and I'm proud of them, because that is their best. And then of course we analyze and we say, but from a 6, how do we go to 6.5? And from a 6.5, how do we go to 7? Always trying to get better. And fortunately, as I said, they are already good players, all of them, very, very good players, who happen to be honest human beings. And I'm very proud, very, very proud of the performance of Neo. But I can say the same about, I'm happy for Tapelo Morena being out for so long, and he comes in and he makes that type of contribution. Peter Shalulile has been out with injury and struggled a little bit with still with a knock during the FIFA break, so we had to manage that. But you see the quality that he provides. Lucas Ribeiro, you can see why we missed Lucas so much. Him and Peter and Tapelo, and when they play, they give the team so much more. And the same as I said about Terence, the same as I said about Brian and Rushin and Musa, in a very difficult moment where we don't have Mvala, we don't have Grant Kakana, so they had to step up a little bit. And Lebo Mabue also, you know. So I'm very proud of the players, and proud that when we rotated the team, not only did we win, but the standard didn't drop, because that's been something that we've been speaking about a lot.
Coach, congratulations on the win, Katlego Modiba.
Thank you, Mr. Modiba.
I just want to find out from you, Coach, with all the changes, are you able to name the elements that impressed you about the team despite all the changes you make? And I asked us to say, are you a fan of rotation? Will that be a constant feature, you know, as we navigate this busy period?
I think I've made my when the season finished. When the season finished, I spent the whole season. Shupi is here because I was running into Shupi a lot at the Club Cup, and there was almost no one. But I spent the whole season, most of it, majority of it, at Club Cup, and I went through all our games from last season. And there were 3 big things that I spoke to the team about, and I would not speak about all of them here, but one of them was rotation. And I've even made my feelings, and I can say it here because I've made it known to them, that I am not so sure whether rotation is the right thing in big clubs, because of cohesion, chemistry, fluidity, and also because last season when we dropped points against Amazulu, against Maritzburg, against Stellenbosch, when we lost in the cup, when we drew to Stellenbosch in Cape Town 1-1, when we dropped points against Golden Arrows, even we rotated a lot, and most of the points and the defeat against Stellenbosch was when we rotated the team. So one of the things I've spoken to the group about has been that if we have a squad of 36 players, all 36 must make a contribution. Last season we had 36, we used 35. Only one player didn't get game time. And the reality is, if we are going to have and on our roster a squad like this, and it has to be that people play, but when they play, they've got to make a contribution to the success of the team. And it's not because we are handing out performances and caps and appearances. We are not in that space for charity. And then it becomes very difficult, because now you have that understanding that you're dealing with human beings who happen to be footballers, and footballers want to be on the pitch to play, to be happy. So when they are happy as human beings, not as footballers. That's the one part. But the other part is now football is a game that is based on meritocracy. You have to earn the right to play, and so it's a very difficult situation that we find ourselves in. And I'm happy that when these type of situations happen, where we try to make the human being happy by giving a performance to Neo a chance to play, Mkhulisi, who I thought was very good today, a chance to play, Musa, Roshin, and they don't drop the standard. They still make not just themselves happy, but the club happy by getting the result. And then that also speaks to the part of meritocracy, because that then says that the next time they are afforded an opportunity to play, it's not because we are handing out appearances, it's because the last time they played, they performed very, very well. So it's a difficult one, but generally, I'm not a fan of rotation for the sake of rotation, because it kills what I believe is the first thing about competitive sport. And the first thing about competitive sport is earn everything you get. It's like when you win the game, you have to win it because you've earned it. You win the trophy, you win it because you've earned it. That's what competitive sport is about. Nothing is given to you. And so when you give starts to people because of just rotating and freshness and many other factors, I think it kills the basis of what competitive sport is. And competitive sport, at the end, the starting and the start and the end of competitive sport is meritocracy, in my opinion.
Thanks, Coach. We'll squeeze in the last two questions, Mazola and Mahlatsi.
Coach, 2 months since you last played a domestic league game, is it going to require some mental shift for the players for Wednesday and the balancing act? Because now you are obviously traveling, doing Champions League and domestic league for the next little while. And if I could ask just a tribute to the late Papi. Now I see Coach Trappers here, gave him his Bafana debut in 1998, if I'm not
Unbelievable.
mistaken.
Yeah, in fact, I should have started with that. And thanks for that, Mazola. That one is a little bit of an emotional one, because I grew up in Orlando West, as you all know, and which is a walking distance to what was known before as the Simba Sports Center, is now known as the Nike Center. And from the Nike Center, I'm trying from the top of my head to do the geographics. Is about 3 or 4 houses before you get to the Nike Center. From Maponya Mall, you on that road, not the main road with Baragwana, but the road of getting into Nike Center is at the stop sign. Is 1, 2, 3 or 4 houses from the corner is where the Khomani house is, and the family stays there. And because of my history with Orlando Pirates and the family, every time I went to the Nike Center or Simba grounds, as a player, even as a small kid, and that day Khomani treated me like his son. Up until the time I went to work at Pirates, he used to come and visit me and support, and he has always been a father figure towards me. And when I heard the news, really I broke down. I broke down, not because of the sadness of the situation, because the death There's a poem I remember. I remember we did in high school. Was titled "Death Be Not Proud," and even though you get the news of someone passing away almost every single day, but we can't get accustomed to it. It still affects us and hits us very, very, very hard. But this one hit me even harder because I could only picture what Tate Easter is going through, because it's not only the son, but it's also his beloved wife. And so I think it's very important that I use this platform to not only wish their souls a peaceful rest, and that God welcomes them graciously with his angels into a place of rest, but also to extend sincere and very heartfelt condolences to the Khomani family, the football fraternity as a whole, because of the contribution that Papi made, but also because it goes beyond that. Is to lose two family members in a car accident is extremely tragic. And so really heartfelt condolences to the family and to the bereaved. And my prayers and my thoughts are with and that the Easter is what an incredible human being. I don't know how many of you have had the privilege to meet him and speak to him, but so humble and so warm and he's just an unbelievable human being. May their souls rest in peace, and sincere thoughts and prayers are with them and the bereaved. And I speak not only on my behalf, I speak on my behalf a little bit in the sense that of the relationship that I have with Tate Easter, but I would like to extend that on behalf of the football club, the Motsepe family, our players, and the technical team to everybody that unfortunately is affected by this tragic news. And yeah, once again, may their souls rest in peace. Difficult to speak about football after, but yeah, that one is a very difficult one, very, very difficult one, very difficult. Fortunately, there's a lot that we have to play for. The league is not done. There's no league title that's ever been won in November, December. So we know what we have to do. But as I said to you, first is just to recover. I think you're tired of hearing me say this. Is drink lots of water, you'll get lots of sleep, and then barefooted walks tomorrow at training. But this is the reality. This is what we try to do every day, and recover the bodies, and do some corrections and a debrief tomorrow. There's already work that's been done by the analysts. Mario was already, him and Sbu were already showing me some clips that I spoke about at halftime, and then what changed in the second half. So we will be showing that to the players tomorrow. But there's a lot to play for. Very difficult game. Unfortunately, they're also playing against an Egyptian side. So let's see how that goes. And then I start tonight, because I haven't also started on SuperSport. So I start tonight with doing that analysis and trying to give the players as much information for the preparation. So we'll start with that today.
Coach, you have often in the past spoken about how the universe rewards meritocracy and hard work and all that kind of stuff. I bumped onto the professor during the week, and he had some nice things to say about you and having gone through the right steps to get to where you are now. But this is not about you. The reason I'm saying this, how happy will it make you to see someone like Morena, the joining coach, stars aligning for him and getting an opportunity to coach in the PSL, because he's getting to a point where he's going to become bigger for the Botswana League, with respect to that league. But do you think he can come to coach in South Africa and show us what he's got here?
There has to be two parts to my answer, unfortunately, and I'll try to be very brief. The first part is I'm humbled by what the professor said, and he is one of the very few coaches that I am in touch with. He believe it or not, he sends me notes about the performance of the team almost every single day. He sends me good luck messages almost every single day. We speak at times, but based on our busy schedule, he gets busy and I get busy. We speak sometimes telephonically or meet for dinner, and he's made incredible contributions to South African football. He's a man that has worked very, very hard and has produced some incredible players in this country. And so when you hear those type of words coming from Prof, it's extremely humbling, and I just want to publicly thank him and say I'm humbled by those words. And he didn't have to, but he did, and coming from a man of his stature and his contribution to South African football, it means a lot. And I thank him, and I'm truly humbled. The second part is, I think, is very simple, because I don't know what Morena's ambitions are. He's done exceptionally well, even when when I say we, because I count myself as a South African, because I am by birth a South African, and I want the best for this country, especially from a football perspective. And he's done very well when the country has given him an opportunity, even with the COSAFA Cup and even in the past before with Maluti College and his the facts are on the pitch. I don't know what his aims are, because maybe his aims are even beyond the PSL. So I can't speak and say, oh yeah, let him coach in the PSL. What if his ambitions are even greater than coaching? He wants maybe to coach in the Gulf or coach in North Africa, or maybe even in Europe. It's possible, because he's shown his capacity based on the results. He's a champion in Botswana. He's done exceptionally well when he's been given the opportunity to lead the national team with the COSAFA team. So it's great that we have South African coaches doing very, very well on the continent, and particularly from outside of the borders of their own country. And it inspires even many of us, including myself, to say, you can coach outside South Africa and you can succeed and you can win. Yeah, but you still have a long way to go for me to be outside South Africa, because I'm here at Sundowns for a very, very long time. So don't. Yeah.
So contract extended.
I'm just letting you know that I'm here for a very long time. I know. I live in this space. I know what's happening in the talks outside. I'm just saying to you guys that I'll be here. I'm not leaving this chair, not yet, not anytime soon, no.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.